My name is Maite Martinez, and I run the Leadership Certificate programs that are nominated based here at Brother. I'm excited to share with you a compilation of videos from some of our graduates of the class of 2020. In it, you'll hear how some of the lessons not only changed them as leaders, but just as importantly, engages our talent and drives results that we can be really proud of. I hope you enjoy it.
Hello, my name is Darren Tyler. I've just completed the management training program. Through this program and through self-evaluation, I've learned to understand my own emotional intelligence and my own trigger points, as well as being able to read emotional intelligence and trigger points in others. And it has helped me to lead my team in a more effective manner and to encourage them in the ways that I know that they need to be encouraged. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
The Aspiring class really helped me to develop my emotional intelligence. First off, it let me understand myself in a much better way, to understand what really motivates me and to understand my emotions behind different things. And it also helps me to understand the emotions of those around me, so that when I'm in situations or group meetings and there's tension or conflict, I can understand better now the perspective of the other people because I'm more in touch with what their emotions are.
I am now able to identify the limiting beliefs that my team has placed on themselves and what they think is possible. By asking the right questions and helping them reframe, I am able to help them expand their options and feel empowered.
I remind myself to ask open-ended questions. I think we have such a tendency to ask questions that result in a yes or no answer. So I try to provide an environment in which people feel comfortable opening up and exploring topics further.
I now look at my workload and determine what is most important to my manager or stakeholders to get done first. Once I finish, I slice and dice the ongoing projects I'm working on and set specific blocks of time to check emails and respond to ad hoc requests. So instead of getting stressed out, I'm able to manage my workload more effectively.
I now realize that not everything has to be perfect. This is something that has stopped progress in my life in many areas, both personally and professionally. Sometimes it's really okay for something to be good, decent, or just okay. Not only for myself, but for my children and for my Brother team. I really get that now.
I've learned that people cannot make you feel a certain way. And with that information, I am reframing the stories in my head.
For me, the biggest benefit from participating in the class was around limiting beliefs. The course provided me a framework to ask inquiry questions about a particular situation where I could separate the facts from the stories in my head or the limiting beliefs and make better objective decisions for my team and the organization.
The Senior Manager Excellence Program helped me identify and better understand my triggers. I'm able to recognize in my reaction or emotion that something was triggered, take a step back to identify it, and have more productive conversations and resolutions to conflicts with colleagues, direct reports, and even my husband at home.
One of the key takeaways from this class has been the ability to put myself in someone else's shoes, look at the problem, see how to reframe it, see what the stories are, to try to get to an amicable solution that really offers a solution for everyone. Thank you.
I enjoyed participating in the Certificate for Excellence program. It gave me the ability to collaborate with my peers. I learned a lot about my team through the Myers-Briggs assessment, and I incorporated the Eisenhower schedule into my daily routine. I'm looking forward to the advanced class, and I appreciate everybody's time and effort they put into the program. Thanks, Maite.
Hi, Maite. One of the areas I felt was most impacted was really understanding my personal brand within the Brother organization. It has allowed me to see where my shortcomings are, where areas I need to improve as a leader, and more importantly, it has opened up an opportunity for me to continue to have open dialogue with my peers within the organization, as well as senior leadership, to help drive and increase my leadership potential within the organization.
One thing I learned this year was about emotional triggers, really trying to find the root cause of what someone's problem is. Ask more open-ended questions and not try to solve people's problems, but reframe the conversation to find out what is actually the stress for my team and what I can do to help relieve some of the stress.
I'm more cognizant of trigger words and opportunities to have a more thoughtful conversation within my peer group, along with my reports, and also be able to filter out anything that might conflict with making a better decision for that situation.
I'm now more comfortable with addressing conflict head-on and with an open mind instead of feeling paralyzed by it. By proactively communicating issues and attempting to resolve those issues within just a few hours or days, it has avoided further escalation of the problem and has provided me with a greater peace of mind.
Through this year's training, I've learned more ways to communicate openly with my team and practice empathy when communicating with the team to improve our relationship.
I'm approaching meetings a little bit differently now. Previously, I would just have a topic list, but now I've added in more of an emotional intelligence aspect and planning ahead for the personalities involved. I'm proactively trying to avoid trigger points for the people, and this way the meeting can go with less conflicts and hopefully more results.
One of the areas I focus on much more since completing the classes is around organizing and prioritizing. Not just a passive form of that, but an active form of that. Every day, ensuring that we are readjusting both our short-term and long-term deliverables to meet expectations. I do that for myself and for the team, and I believe it allows us to be, at least it's showing us to be much more efficient so far, and I think it creates a less stressful environment.
The biggest thing I've learned in the program is that leading others really starts with leading myself. So that means asking for and accepting feedback, even if it's uncomfortable at times. That way I can continue to grow and develop my skills while coaching and motivating my team to act as leaders themselves.
I have learned to listen more attentively to those on my team and others that I interact with, giving them the time to appropriately express themselves before responding or drawing conclusions.
Because of the Aspiring Contributors Program, I'm ready to face the challenges of the day. I'm not limited by my past, but have the confidence to challenge my thoughts and beliefs and step forward in a new direction. I'm not fearful of failure because I know there's still more success in trying with failure than never having tried at all.
I have learned how my level of engagement impacts overall team performance. I've elevated my level of engagement with my team with my commitment to sustained, structured meetings.
I would suggest this class to anyone. The beauty of it is that you can learn from where you are. So whether this is your first leadership development class or if you're really old school at this, but just want to up your skills, it is a fantastic way to develop self-awareness, build community, build a network, and really take your delivery to the next level.
The two areas most impactful to me in the program were emotional intelligence and decision-making. On emotional intelligence, the work around identifying triggers, leaning into the discomfort was very beneficial. Realizing you can't control triggers, but you have the power to influence them. Being aware of our energy and intentions.
Understanding how personality traits govern an individual's assessment of various situations has allowed me and my team to better understand each other's perspective on how to accomplish the same task and communicate clearly so there are no feelings of being judged or being overlooked, but instead there are feelings of respect, inclusion, and empowerment.
I now use the GROW method much more frequently in coaching opportunities. I incorporated a lot of the simple questions, approaches, and techniques into my routine vocabulary. So now my team and others that interact with me, they feel more empowered, more capable of solving problems on their own or facing obstacles and challenges that maybe in the past they didn't.
I feel more empowered to make decisions. In the past, I sometimes would get analysis paralysis because I was scared to make the wrong decision. But now I know we can decide something, act on it, track it to see if it works, and if we need to, we can switch courses.
What surprised me most about my experience in the program was how easily I implemented what I learned. There are so many things that I do differently now without even thinking. The course has made a huge impact on all areas of my job.
I now delegate more effectively, giving my team the confidence in me to give them the empowerment to do the task at hand with completion and effectiveness.
My big takeaway from the class was learning about limiting beliefs. Now I'm listening for words like can't, won't, and shouldn't, and talking to my team about how we can overcome those limiting thoughts.